Hello everybody, good evening and welcome to the That's Football. I nearly got it wrong. Hope everyone's doing well. It's night 2, it's leg 2, it's Chelsea versus Real Madrid. It's 1-1 as we know. An away goal for Chelsea, but that can be cancelled out very, very quickly if Madrid do score. Which way do you think this one's going to go? It could be close. It could be a close shave. Which leads in lovely to the fact that tonight we are sponsored by Manscaped. Manscaped offers precision engineering tools for your family jewels, and they obsess over their technology developments to provide you with the best tools for your grooming experience. Manscaped is trusted by over 2 million. We've all had those 2 million men worldwide. We've all had those close encounters when trying to make our areas below our waist look as handsome as those of others. And that is why Manscaped's engineering team have perfected the greatest ball hair trimmer ever created and just released the new and improved Lawnmower 3.0. So now you can shave your most important possessions with no fear of injury. The Manscaped razors are super premium, boast a 90-minute battery life and waterproof technology as well. So you can crack on with it while you're in the shower, multitask. It also comes with a USB charging stand, so you can charge it up for yourself. And because Manscaped care about all the nuts that watch this channel, which is a play on balls, because they care about all the nuts that are watching this channel, they're giving a 20% discount off for you by using the code FOOTY at checkout. So check it out, links in the video description. Manscaped. And also they do this, which I always do promote. I always do promote this one. They don't tell me to, I just promote it because actually their tools are very good. Their tools are very good for your tool. And down there, trim your grass to make your yard look bigger. Very, very good. But they also have this one, which is for your nose. I do use it, Ian. Yes, I do. And if you're really old, like Ricky, get away fleck that you can use it in your ears. But I use it for the nose. I mean, if you're not old enough, you won't know what. You'll be talking about what? Hair in your nose? Hair in your ears? I haven't got hair in my ears, but I've got hair on my nose. So the nasal trimmer is very, very good as well. But very, very good products. I had one of them before. I spent about £10 on it. It wasn't Manscaped. It lasted about a month. This, precision engineering, as I said. And that, well, look, that's all I'm going to say. Manscaped, 20% off. Use the code FOOTY. Very good products. In fact, I get a couple of people, there must be men, messaging me every week. Friends, obviously, not random men. I don't get random men messaging me. But I get a couple of people a week messaging me saying, I'm thinking about getting some of that Manscaped stuff. What's the code? So, crack on. Links in the video description. But starting lineups. So Ramos is back for Real Madrid. Mendy in goal for Chelsea. Christensen, Thiago Silva, Rudiger. Azpilicueta, Chilwell. Kante, Jorginho, Mount, Werner, Havertz. No place for Pulisic. He's on the bench, as is Alonso, Kepa, Caballero, Abraham, Giroud, Hudson-Odoi, Ziyech, Gilmour, James, Emerson. Not a Chelsea fan, so I don't really know what the situation is with Kovacic, but he's not been around for a while, has he? Former club as well, Real Madrid, but not available. Courtois, Nacho, Militao, Ramos and Mendy is the back four for Real Madrid. Modric, Casemiro and Kroos. And then Hazard, Benzema and Vinicius Jr. So does Hazard come back and cause problems for Chelsea against his former club? Asensio, Marcelo, Lunin, Valverde, Aldreozola, Isco, Mariano, Rodrigo, Altub, Arabas, Blanco and Gutierrez are the subs for Real Madrid. But no Varane for Real Madrid. So there you go. But Ramos does return. Return of Ramos. Kovacic is injured. Yeah, I know he's injured, but I don't know how long he's out injured for. He's got a calf injury, says Mr. EC Football, which is good to see. Why is that not gone? That's really annoying. That's annoyed me. That is. Oh, Twitter's a pain in the arse sometimes. I thought I'd tweeted it out and it hasn't done it. It doesn't take long to put it out, I suppose. Which way do you think it's going to go, Mark? Well, I'm going to stick by what I've said. I said it for a while. I think it will be an All-England final in the Champions League and in the Europa League. So that means Chelsea will get through tonight and Arsenal will get through tomorrow night. I think Chelsea should just play this game like a game of football. I know that sounds very obvious, but what I mean is I wouldn't be thinking, how does Michael Owen get on the TV? Bloody hell, they really do scrape the barrel, don't they? You know what? I reckon one day in the next decade they'll start putting pundits on telly that aren't ex-footballers, because they scrape the barrel with some of this lot. Reece James is so overrated, he doesn't even start in important games, says Omar. Tuchel masterclass incoming. Yeah, I do quite fancy Chelsea tonight. I do think they'll win. But Real Madrid, look, I don't want Man City to win the Champions League, so either of these two have to stop them, really. I suppose if I look at it like that, I think Chelsea have got the better chance of stopping them. Funnily enough, they play them on Saturday night as well. Most improved Premier League team this season, says James Young. West Ham. Easy. It's easy, isn't it? Yeah. I mean, I think Leicester have been good, but they've been around the top four for a few years now. And West Ham doing fantastically well, aren't they? Who do you want to win tonight? I don't actually know. I think I probably... Look, if Real Madrid come and win 2-1, I'm not going to begrudge them that chance. I think it's about whoever deserves it, really, for me. I don't really support either side. I think Chelsea have got the better chance of stopping Man City, but Man City are the favourites anyway. I thought Liverpool would beat Real Madrid. So I think Chelsea will come through, but if Real Madrid turn up and they deserve it, I'm not going to begrudge them that at all, really. 2-0 to Chelsea. Soccer Blogger says it's possible to be neutral. I think a lot of people watch games and just go, you know what, I'm going to watch it, and if one team, you know, that's the love of football, isn't it? That's what a purist football fan does. They'll watch. I mean, we've got the Euros coming up in a month, and I will watch a lot of games in the Euros. I won't have a preference. I'll just be watching the games. They should play this game like they are playing football. Then you say, how does Michael Owen get on TV? T, thanks for the super chat. Thanks for the super chats that are coming in. Oh, that's a good question from Samir. Thoughts on Manchester United's fixtures? If you're not aware, Manchester United, it's ridiculous. I mean, anybody can comment on this. So, Man United are playing Roma tomorrow night. Then we're playing Villa on Sunday night. We've now had the Wednesday night game against Leicester moved to Tuesday so we can play Liverpool on the Thursday. So, effectively, we're playing Thursday night, Sunday lunchtime, Tuesday night, Thursday night. We're playing 4 games in a week. I don't know what Ollie's going to do. He's going to have a sleepless night tonight because he literally cannot put... he can't play Rashford every game. He can't play... I mean, realistically, people are saying, oh, you better put the reserves out tomorrow. I don't think tomorrow is the problem. It's the 3 games in 4 days that's the problem. Sunday lunchtime, Tuesday night, Thursday night, Premier League games, 9 points up for grabs. 2 of them in very big games against Liverpool and Leicester. He can't put the same team out. I mean, look, the Premier League will say, we've got no sympathy with you. Your fans got the game cancelled, so crack on. But how do you play 3 games in 4 days? You can't pick the same team 3 times. So, I mean, I think he'll rotate his goalkeepers, let alone outfield players. So, it's tough. It's tough. I mean, I can't remember the last time that ever happened. Eyes says, do you think Donny van der Beek will start? I think he has to start. Big up Mark Goldbridge, huge fan of yours from USA, says Dylan. Thanks very much, Dylan. But yeah, I mean, look, I think in one of the games he's going to have to pick people like Bailly, Tellez, Matic, Dan James, Van der Beek. Yeah, he's going to have to really rotate it. It's hard. It's hard. Manscaped tutorial, says El Crack. Well, basically, you get that. You turn it on. Got an LCD light. And if that was it, you just start shaving away like that. Very good. It's got a protector on it, don't worry. Crack on. Links in the video description. 20% off with the code FOOTY. It says it on the side there. I'm sure Donny van der Beek will have to start. Other players will have to start. But I think I wanted to mention it. Obviously, I'm a United fan, but I had to mention it as a football fan. I think it's absolutely ridiculous. You know, it's almost career suicide if you overplay those players. I mean, if you played Bruno in every one of those games... We've got a Europa League final to play. We've got, you know, he's got to play in the Euros. It's just, it doesn't matter how good your fitness department is. That's a joke. Recolation Media says Norwich City thoughts. I don't really have a lot of thoughts about them. Pilot says, can you say hi to my friend Philip? I already know that that's a name when you put it together. So yeah, I'm not going to do the second name. Hoping Chelsea go through and beat City, going as if they won the final last night, says Aaron. Big fan Mark all the way from Nepal, says Rohit. Thank you very much. The Atletico Barca watch-along is probably not a bad idea this time around, Mark. I am up for it, says Druv. And Avram Glazer refusing to apologise for the Super League. Well, what do you expect? Matt Hayes, Tottenham blog, says Spurs had 4 games in 7 days earlier this season and no one cared. Where else could they put the United versus Liverpool game, says Matt Hayes. Yeah, but you've answered your question yourself. You've just said no one cared. It's because it's Spurs. Like, Manchester United are going to be in the Europa League final and they're fighting for second place. Spurs aren't even in a T-Cup final and they're fighting for about 9th, aren't they? But no, I mean, on a serious note, it's ridiculous getting them to play that. But where else could they fit it in? You're right. I wouldn't bet that United against Liverpool will go ahead anyway next week. But the fixture scheduling was always going to be a joke because there was never much wriggle room anyway, was there? It's a very condensed season as it is. Do you think Cavani is on the same level as Lewandowski and Aguero? No, Luboslav. No, I don't. I do like Cavani. He's done a very, very good job, but I don't think he's on that level. And Mark, thoughts on Romero, Mata, Matic going to Roma? They can go, Shola. Can someone shave that Avram bloke's crap hair? Avram! Manscaped's looking for you. No, that sounds wrong, because Manscaped's about down there, but I'm sure it would work up there. All that money, all the gear and no idea is what I call it. Prediction for tonight, Sean. Good point. Matt Hayes says we were literally in the T-Cup final the other week and we were top of the table at that time. Yeah. No, I don't mind Spurs, Matt, to be honest. Would you have taken Prime Payet at Man United, says T36. Comme si comme ça, and he is French. There was a previous question there. I've completely forgotten what it was. Custard or cream? Custard for me, Recollection Media. Can't remember the previous question. Would you have taken Prime Payet at Man United? Come on. Let's go Super League, says Bart Vikings 23. Well, I tell you what, Bart, you can go with the Super League and you'll have a very lonely party. I remember this lad from school once. He had a party and no one turned up because he was a twat and a bully. And his mum was really upset and she came into school and complained. And the headmistress sort of said, well, what do you want me to do about it? I can't force kids to go to a party that's not in school time. Prime Shevchenko or Prime Van der Sar. Prime Shevchenko, I didn't really see him because he wasn't prime in the Premier League, was he? Predicted scoreline. Right, I'm going to go 2-1 Chelsea, which will send them through. Of course, 2-2 would send them out. 1-1 from the first leg means 1 goal, away goal for Chelsea. But 2-2 would mean 2 away goals for Real Madrid. So, yeah, I think what Tuchel will do, he's very good at keeping teams out. So I think that's what he'll do. It's amazing, isn't it? Absolutely amazing. The weather in the UK at the moment is like prime October. It is cold, it is raining, and yet it is November. It is May the 5th. You would not believe it. If you didn't live in the UK, you'd probably say, well, whatever. But we don't get weather like this. It's cold, it's wet, it's hail. It's not good. I mean, we do get rain. But it's cold as well. Doesn't Avram look like a rat with his rat's tail, says iMac. He looks like Dr. Robotnik, if you know what Sonic the Hedgehog is. Ahmed says, oh God, not an all-English final. Mate, I got stick for this. I was there. I said that... the Premier League is the best league in the world by a very long way, and I'll be proved right. You watch Real Madrid and Villarreal will win it now. What do you think of Nico and Max running for mayor? Says Akash. Mate, I'm not. I don't live in London, so I don't really have. Don't really have much thought, but I mean, he's not going to win, unfortunately. I think he's done a very good publicity campaign, but he's not going to win. It's going to be Sadiq Khan, isn't it? But fair play. Have a go. Mark, do you want to smell my armpit? No, Ben, I don't. Chelsea to win, I think, and Hazard for the hat trick. I'll tell you what, I'm looking forward to this game. I think last night I was disappointed with PSG, but I think Chelsea and Real Madrid are a lot closer together. And I think that with Hazard back and Ramos back, can Real Madrid under Zidane roll the clock back? I mean, look, Zidane, Real Madrid, and the Champions League. Ooh, it's good. This is definitely not Casillero del Diablo. It's Tesco House. Mark, what number will Sancho wear if Cavani stays? Yeah, good point. Good point. I'll give you the shout out there, Maliav. Please smash a like on the video if you're watching, by the way. We've only had 142 likes, which I think's crap. I think you can do much better than that. And also, United are going to get points deducted to Xavier. No, they won't. You can't get points deducted and then play the game. Just don't play the game and give the points to Liverpool. So, yeah, it's as simple as that. So that's not going to happen. But please subscribe, bottom right-hand corner, because we're getting very close to 400k on this channel. It'd be lovely to hit it before the end of the season. I think we can. So please subscribe, bottom right-hand corner. And if you have subscribed, please share the video. There's a share button. You can share it on Twitter and Facebook. So please do. Because we're very, very close to getting to 392,000. Bottom right-hand corner to subscribe. Favourite Oasis album, says Liam Heron. Listen up what the time said today. What was it? The Master Plan, which is basically B-sides. I love the Master Plan. I don't even know if you can call it an album, but I do love the Master Plan. If I couldn't have that, I'd probably say definitely maybe, because it's got Slide Away on it. Who's winning in a boxing match, DT or you? Says Tabsy. Me. Look, he's probably got more power than me. But, because he's got more behind him. But I have got the speed and the reach. And I've got the finesse. I'd be like this. I'd be just doing one. I'd just keep that hand down. I'd be like this. Like Dolph Lundgren. I'd be like, hit me harder. Hit me harder. But, yeah, I'd be too quick for him. Same as on the football pitch. You've seen the clip on the football pitch. He tries to nutmeg me. And for me, in real life, he's doing it in real time when he tries to nutmeg me. But I'm doing it on slow play. I can see his body going, I'm going to nutmeg you. And I just closed my legs, went past him, and he had to foul me. He had to foul me. That's what he had to do. But Goldbridge's five-a-side's coming back, so don't worry. I'll probably have to get him to play me in a five-a-side game, actually. Goldbridge is coming out of retirement in relation to football. My five-a-side team against Thogdads. That's one. But yeah. Keep one hand on his head. And what's your opinion on City in the Champions League final? Says you know what? I've seen a lot of United fans who I do like today really trying to wind up Man City fans, but I've got to be honest. I've got no real... People were trying to wind me up last night because Man City were in the final. And I think 3 weeks ago, it would have worked. But I'm so living in the moment of my club is run by the worst owners in football, apart from Real Madrid and a couple of others. And I cannot and do not have the desire to, get bitter about Manchester City and moan about Man City when our owners are horrific and tried to ruin football more than Man City. Look, Man City may have bought their success. I agree with that. But I really do feel the hypocrisy. And you can clip this up if you want, and I'll probably get in trouble with Man United fans. But I feel there's a hypocrisy in criticising Man City. Because Man City's owners are rich and spend money to make Man City successful. Our owners use our wealth to make us unsuccessful and themselves rich. And yet we're moaning about Man City. And also, our owners tried to ruin football. So it doesn't work, does it? Man City are trying to ruin football because they chuck loads of money in and they're successful. And we're great because our owners use our wealth to pocket themselves and try to ruin football. So, look, I don't want Man City to win the final because of the rivalry. But I can't moan about Man City's wealth like my club's run really well. It's just my club is run badly. Do you prefer tropical places or cold places, says Druv? I'm a seasonal sort of person, In the winter, I drink red wine. although that is not red wine. That's Ribena. And will Ricky be striker for your team? Says Shannon. And I like it to be cold at Christmas, and in the summer I like it to be warm. Thoughts on Samuel Lucas? Well, people won't know who he is. I mean, most people only know who he is because he gets loads of mentions on the United stand, because I'm actually quite professional. And if he writes a story, I'll tend to say I know he's got information from Man United. But he's more bitter than a lemon. So he's not getting shout outs from me anymore. I think he's a bit of a disgrace as a journalist, to be honest. And he probably thinks the same back. But you know what? Have a chat with me, Samuel. Let's record it. Let's see what happens. No, you won't dare do that. You want to sit doing your keyboard stuff, don't you? And we all know what keyboard people are. They're warriors. Thoughts on West Ham owners? They are disgusting, says T36. I don't know. Tell me all about it. I don't know. I know about Manchester United's owners. I don't know about West Ham's owners. I know they made their money off porn, didn't they? But Sergio, he's back, says Yasser Said. Yeah, Sergio Ramos is back. I'd love you to meet him one day. Oh, I will, Thanos. Don't worry, we will meet. And we'll have a chat. Red wine or white wine, Mark? I very rarely drink white wine. I am one of those people, though, that if that's all there is, pour me a pint. Why do Liverpool fans think they will get Sancho, says August? I don't know. You know what? True story. You might not know who he is. He'd love you to know who he is. And he'd love the fact that we're talking about him because he's fame hungry. But I'm only winding him up. He's a Poundland me, basically. But I'm winding him up again. But Craig from Anfield Agenda messaged me last night. And he goes, what's the story with Sancho then? And I was like, well, you're not getting him. And he's like, oh no, I've heard some good rumours. And I'm like, well, but you know what? They'll go and buy him now. Because what I would say about Liverpool is when they want to do business, they're pretty fast. They are pretty fast. So, you never know. Roy Keane or Brian Robson, pick one, says Sidan. For me, it's Keano over Robbo. But that's only because I was too young to really see what Robson was all around. When I started watching football properly, Robson was sort of coming towards the end of his career. Big fan using this super chat for Colombia. The government has sent the military to kill our people. Please help spread awareness. We need help, says Mark Gonzalez. That sounds very sinister, Mark. I don't know whether that is true or not, but I don't know I've got no idea what's going on in Colombia, Mark. But that's very sad. Thoughts and prayers for people in Colombia. And India as well. Obviously, we know that's nothing to do with the government. That's a COVID. Although, what's the background with COVID? We still don't know where that came from. But horrible. It's very true. Apparently, it's very true in Colombia. It's a very serious situation in Colombia at the moment. A lot of people are saying that. So yeah, thoughts and prayers with people in Colombia. Got a lot of time for Colombia. Faustino Asprilla. I think Narcos was done in Colombia. That's a really good TV series. No, I think that was Mexico, actually. Maybe Colombia was involved. But Faustino Asprilla, Valderrama, Rene Higuita, Scorpion Kick. They love their football over there. So, yeah, thoughts and prayers with everybody over there. Stay safe. Stay inside. I'm talking about something I don't know much about. But, do stay safe. Need to send Thogdad to Colombia to destroy the government. And somebody's saying, why are you listing football players about? I couldn't. Oh, come on. Don't act like you're not that person. Like, have you not been on a night out with like your missus or somebody, or you're out with people that you don't really, they don't really like football, and then they'll like go, oh yeah, we were on holiday in Mexico last week. Oh yeah, I remember they used to have a goalkeeper in the World Cup who wore a pink goalkeeper's top, and he was really small. Can you remember that Mexican goalkeeper? Most of you won't remember. 94 Mexico. I think it was the World Cup in 94. Mexico had this goalkeeper, and he had a pink kit, which was he was tiny. He was absolutely tiny. How highly do you rate Phil Foden, says Specs? I think it's so hard. We've got Mason Mount tonight. I think it's so hard to split Foden, Grealish and Mount. But what impresses me about Foden is that it's George Campos, that was his name. What impresses me about Foden is that he's broken into that Man City side, which is not easy to do. And he's clearly one of Pep's favourite players. So for an English player to do that in a Pep Guardiola side, he'll do it with defenders, but he's, it's very impressive what he's done. So I thought that's the best sort of thing I could say, really. I'm going with 2-1 to Chelsea tonight. Yeah, 2-1 Chelsea. But it could go either way. It could be a very, very interesting tie. Anyway, let's come back to the chats here. Thanks for the super chat there, Gaz Johnson. Who would win in a fight? Well, that person's dead, Pilot, and I'm not going to give him a shout out. That's your second warning tonight, Pilot. Super chat or not, you're being a bit of a prat. Foden is better than Haaland, no doubt in my mind, says Matt Hayes. Well, they do play in a different position. He's so natural on the ball, though, Foden. He just glides across the ground, doesn't he? He really is fantastic. He's like a seagull flying across the sea, waiting to take a fish. So yeah, I bet no one's ever described him like that. The 5'6" was the Mexican goalkeeper, says David. Yeah, George Campos. George Campos. He was really small, really small. The timer's not kicked off yet. It's just, I don't know why it's stuck on 50-40. Big shout out to Manscaped, by the way. Precision engineering for your family jewels. Trim your grass to make your yard look bigger. 20% off using the code FOOTY through the link in the video description. This is the one that you use downstairs. I don't mean downstairs in the house. You can use it upstairs, but you use it downstairs. Waterproof, comes with its own charger. Very, very good quality product and does a great job. And this one is the nasal trimmer, which I started using one of these about in my late 20s. I was probably a bit unlucky, but yeah, very, very good. Don't use scissors. This, right up your nose, probably once a week. It's like trimming a hedge. Very effective. Very effective. Very good quality. And crack on with it. 20% off with exclusively to That's Football using the code FOOTY. And yeah, you get what you pay for, I think, because I'm very much like that about food. I don't know about you. When I was a bit younger, I'd go like to the Harvester, or I'd go to the baguette shop and get a chicken tikka baguette for £1. I wouldn't go near it now. What sort of chicken is that to be getting a chicken baguette that big, full of chicken for £1? You get what you pay for on a lot of things in life. And some things I won't pay for, by the way. I'm not saying, pay for everything. There's certain things I believe you shouldn't pay for. That's why I don't go to lap dancing clubs, as you'll know from Grand Theft Auto. I just don't do it. I'm not paying for that. But good quality products from Manscaped. I bet they'll love me for linking them to that sort of thing. But yeah, links in the video description. 20% off, code FOOTY. Check it out. I tell you what, you won't look back with that, realistically. It makes a big difference. Quite literally makes a big difference. I was shocked. I mean, I've never had any problems anyway, and I was like, whew, there we go. Anyway, 20% off with the code FOOTY through the link in the video description. Varsity Plus says, my sister's thinking about becoming a porn star. She wanted me to help her come up with a stage name, which you can imagine is awkward. Any ideas? I always quite liked that James Bond character, Pussy Galore. Mark, did you see that the journalist confronting Joel Glazer? Says Mike. Yes, I did. Yes, I did.
Hi Mark, just Poundland you saying hello here live on the stream. Just want to say Poundland you got to 100k quicker than you did. We'll get to 1 million quicker than you did, and we'll work together eventually, mate, and take over this industry. But Poundland you over and out, buddy.
Right, he's getting one back. Well, you will get to 100k quicker than me, and you will get to 1 million quicker than me because you live off on my coattails and you nick all my ideas. So, you know, I had to do it on my own. It's a little bit like Bear Grylls going through the forest, cutting his own path, fighting all the lions and the tigers, and then Craig from Anfield Agenda coming behind down the path with no one to fight. It's a piece of piss. Anyway, if you know, you know. If you don't know, you know. But he'll be back in a minute now. That's quite a funny idea, Fair. Anyway, thanks everyone for watching. I've just been I'm going to carry on really. Please subscribe, bottom right hand corner. Yeah, but what he doesn't realise as well is I've got 2 channels. I've got United Stand. I've got 2 channels. I've got United Stand and I've got That's Football. So you know what? Swivel on it. So subscribe everybody. Let's get this to 1 million before his Poundland version gets to 1 million. We do get on with each other. But you see what I mean? Like, he tries to do me live on stream, not literally, and unscripted, back I go. I can just tell a story. Technically, I've got 3 channels, you're right, and that's got more subscribers than him as well, and that just does 1 upload a week without clickbait about Liverpool signing Sancho. So, you know, that's just me having a chat. I could get more views than him, Goldbridge having a shit. So, you know what? Goldbridge ironing would get more than his most viewed video. And then he could copy it and get half the views. Now, I like Craig. We're having banter, don't worry. I don't mind. The thing is, I like banter. But some people don't get banter and get very, very moody about it, which is why I fell out with a lot of people early on, because they just can't get any banter. Anyway, we're about to kick off. The game's about to kick off. Banter aside, serious times ahead. It's Chelsea versus Real Madrid. It's the second leg. It's 1-1. I'm very excited about this one. I hope we're going to get a good game tonight. And I don't know what I want. I'm a little bit like, you know, when you go to the chip shop and you're queuing up and you've been queuing up for ages and then you get to the front and you think, shit, I don't know what I want. Do I want haddock chips? Do I want a chicken and mushroom pie with gravy and chips? Or do I want a battered sausage and chips? Or do I want doner kebab meat and chips? You know, and everyone's looking at behind you, getting angry. You're getting hot from the heat of the oven. And you just end up saying, just give me a bag of chips because you're panicked. You've panicked. And really, you've got to go and queue up again because you're not just having a bag of chips. You didn't even get salt and vinegar on it. You just panicked. Do you think the Premier League is punishing us, says Marketing James? No, I don't. I think that it's just one of those things. We've kicked off anyway. Where else would you fit in the Man United Liverpool game? But it's ridiculous having to play 3 games in 4 days. But what is your ideal fish and chip shop order? If I was there now, I'd have chips, gravy, beef and onion pie. And I probably would have mushy peas with it. Yeah. Ellard says, I'm suggesting that Chelsea are going to... suggesting Real to beat Chelsea. I'm going to stick with 2-1 to Chelsea, but it wouldn't surprise me. I think Real Madrid are a very, very funny side. And I do think that they could get a result tonight. I think this is going to be a very interesting game. So we'll see how it goes. But if I believe the way that Chelsea will approach this is to try and keep it tight at the back. Thoughts on young Canadian striker Chris Benoit, says Tabsy. Well, he's not a young striker, is he? He's a bloody ex-wrestler who things went very wrong, as I recall. It's a cruel, cruel summer. But Mark, do you watch cricket? No, Zidane, I don't. You know, I actually am going to start a Cameo page. Did my face look like it was joking? I am going to start a Cameo page. Who's the best YouTube footballer you've seen, says Richard Smith. Well, you can't say yourself because that just comes across as arrogant. So, Spencer was good. But I'm trying to think who was on the pitch that you lot would know. When I've played, I played against DT. Flex is all right. He's I mean, genuinely, Flex does remind me of Lukaku. Like, Lukaku has his limitations, but he scores a lot. And Flex as a striker is pretty good. He's pretty, he'll hold the ball up, he'll run around a lot, and he does always seem to nick a goal. He scored at Old Trafford. I got 2 assists and he scored. Claude never played. I have played against Thogden. He's all right. I mean, he's still young. He's got plenty of time to go. I played against Boovy. Boovy. He's physical, but you'd play him at centre back. Not a lot, not much to him, but physical. That McCullough lad's bang average. He played on the team that I played with. Spencer was good. But no, I'm looking forward to get back to it. As a United fan, do you not watch Foden and Mount and think how overrated Rashford is? He gets so much hype, but they're both better than him. Says Sean Negative Turn. I think they're very different players. They're very, very different players. Real Madrid have started off very well here. What I was going to say about this game is that even if Chelsea scored 1, the most important thing if you're the manager of Chelsea here is not to concede. Because if Chelsea score 1 and Real Madrid, it doesn't really make much difference. The big thing for Chelsea is to stop Madrid scoring. Which would you choose to have at United, Diaz or Foden? Foden at the moment. Diaz at the moment, because we need a centre-back more than we need a Foden. I won't show the game, no. Can't believe people even ask about that. But Real Madrid have started off positive. I think that's the plan. I think there's a very similar plan for Chelsea as it was Man City last night. Chelsea are through if it stays 0-0. Remember that. Mark, can you please do a collab with the Sideman? They love your videos, says Ace. Well, funnily enough, people have asked me to do a Goldbridge Reacts to Sidemen Tinder. So I'm thinking that might be a bit of a collab. So I might do that this week on the Goldbridge channel, because people have been asking me to do something. So I might just do it for the laugh. Unless somebody can think of a better Reacts video for me to do this week. I've seen Nigel Farage's cameo. No, the reason I'm thinking about doing a cameo is because so many people ask me for something and I just don't have the time to do it. Whereas if they were paying me 100 quid, I'd do it. I'm only joking. There will be more cooking with Goldbridge, Jacob. I just tend to sort of rotate my stuff because I do at home with Goldbridge, driving with Goldbridge, walking with Goldbridge, cooking with Goldbridge. So, yeah. But keep an eye on the match here, definitely. Please subscribe, by the way, bottom right-hand corner, on the road to 400k. We will be doing all the Euros watch-alongs on this channel as well in June. I can confirm the exciting news. I've secured exclusive live coverage of Goldbridge doing watch-alongs of the Euros for this channel in June. Don't ever say that That's Football doesn't deliver. I've secured live rights of Goldbridge watching Euros games and That's Football. United Stand tried to muscle in. There was some talk. Well, we could do it on the United Stand. I said, piss off. I'm doing them on That's Football. Are you looking to go into the cinema to see Sir Alex Ferguson movie, says Oliver Smith? I'll rent it, mate. I can't wait, though. I'm really looking forward to it. End of the month. Some people don't. That's all I'm going to say. So 7 minutes gone. Mark, why don't you do a goalkeeper reacts to FIFA Rages with Seb one day? Think it will be epic and he will see what a talent his father is. Thoughts, says Andrew. Goldbridge reacts to FIFA Rages. Oh, yeah, but what about when I'm swearing? Werner's into the box and Ramos stands him up. I do think, my honest thoughts are that Pep will want to play Man City because he beat them last year twice. And I just think that whilst Man City, while Real Madrid are a very experienced side. They're not a particularly mobile side, and I think that Man City would enjoy their high energy against Real Madrid, whereas Chelsea are a very fit, energetic side as well. There are 3 games a day in the Euros. I'll do 2. There's always a shit one I'll avoid. Pep will want to play Man City. Alvino did flow. What I meant is he'd rather play Real Madrid than Chelsea. Greetings from Canada, says Alex Farrow. Well, I would say greetings unless you're one of the FIFA coders, because I know they live in Canada. If you're a FIFA coder, you can do one. If you're not, greetings. Christopher, I don't need anyone else to do watch-alongs. That's the whole point. The minute I start getting a studio and sitting down with three or four other people, I basically am copying other people who are already doing that. My whole thing is that my audience is you. I've always done that. I've always done it this way. I like to do it this way. It's hard. It's very hard. It's got nothing to do with Manscaped. It's hard, but I prefer it. I find it more rewarding. Who would you rather, Bellingham or Sancho, says Sean Negative Turner? I'd actually probably prefer Bellingham because he's a midfielder. I think Man United need a midfielder and a centre-back. So much the same as Diaz or Foden, I'd take Diaz. I'd probably take Bellingham over Sancho. Is there a Rage compilation, though, Wandy? I miss Carol Poborski, says Hiram. I miss Carol, the person who lives across the road. We haven't seen each other in ages. Mark, what happened to the United Stand studio? Got rid of it, Niall. That was a waste of bloody time. Basically, got a studio for the United Stand. It cost a lot of money. Some of you may have seen it. And literally 2 weeks later, COVID started. Never set foot in it again. And then we had problems with the bloody landlord, and we just ended up not using it and getting rid of it. What a waste of time that was. Like the Glazers, I may as well have Glazers signing players. I may as well have burnt it. Shot from distance there for Real Madrid. I get the feeling Chelsea are not going to be easy on the eye tonight. A little bit like a night out with your other half and they don't bother putting any makeup on or making themselves look nice. You know, they feel comfortable with you so they don't feel they have to make an effort, which is fine. I'm not makeupist. And Lotus Hour said partner because men can wear makeup. Diversity bridge. But yeah, I don't think Chelsea are going to go for it tonight. I think they're going to play very refined and look to hit on the break. Good shape. City and United to lose finals or United to win the Super Cup, says George. Oh my God, I don't know what you're on about. You've lost me, George. Barca versus Atletico watch along on Saturday, says Leonard. I don't know, but Chelsea have got a chance here. Breakaway, Havertz is now on the far right-hand side. I'll tell you what, I've got Kante in my FIFA Ultimate Team. Oh, he's so good. Rudiger is going to smash one from distance. Courtois has to palm it out. He fancied it. Aquaholic says, my mum said you swear too much. Well, tell her not to watch. I told her before. Leave me alone. You got no chance. Oh, lovely run by Mount. And another save by Courtois with his feet. See, I told you. It's not clear cut that Mount's better than Foden. React to X Factor auditions. But how can I react to X Factor auditions? I'll get bloody copyright strikes by ITV. People keep saying react to this, react to that, react to the best goals ever. I haven't got the bloody rights to goals, have I? Why do you think, like these Champions League teams, Ollie doesn't believe in playing faster passes in the midfield? It's very possible with Van der Beek and Pogba in the pivot, says Balu. I agree. Can you recreate your celebration for Ronaldo's 40-yard free kick? No, I can't. I can't remember what I did. Chelsea got a free kick here to whip into the box. And it's cleared away. Aspilicueta picks it up into Jorginho. Oh, lovely turn by Hazard. And that's going to be a yellow card, I think, for Jorginho. Yeah. Is anyone on a yellow card to miss the final? Funny old player, Hazard. I mean, there's no doubt Hazard's a fantastic player, but at Real Madrid, it's just not quite been the same, has it? Best football ground you've been to besides Old Trafford? I've always had a fondness for Villa Park, which is probably is my most local Premier League ground as well. I think it's because of that goal by Ryan Giggs. Would you rather have signed Sancho and Rice or Bellingham and Grealish? And did you see the story Jose's looking at Matic for Roma, says Sean Negative Turner? I hope he does take Matic, and I'd rather get Sancho and Rice than Bellingham and Grealish, yeah. I can't wait for the day Seb beats you on FIFA, says Oliver Smith. Highbury, I've been to Highbury. Yeah, I did like Highbury. Very intimidating because I was very young when I went there. But I did like Highbury, yeah. I mean, the first time I went to Old Trafford was very different to what Old Trafford's like now. I mean, football when I used to go in the late 80s was just very intimidating. Football was very different then. It was pre-Premier League. It wasn't really family friendly. So, yeah, I went to Highbury. Someone chucked a cup of tea over me. I was only a kid. They didn't do it on purpose. They didn't walk along and go, have that. That would be hideous. It was thrown from the tier above. Probably DT. It's probably started back then when we were about 8. Fuck off, Goldbridge. Here's some PG tips. I'm wearing a hat. Cross comes in. Cleared away. I've never been to Goodison Park, but I do love Goodison Park. Goodison Park's one of my favourite grounds. I've just never been. I need to go before they leave. Thoughts on the City ground? Well, I know what the City ground is, and I know where you're going with this. So, Nottingham Forest play at the City ground because I know I'm very good on grounds. You could give me a name of a ground. Any ground in the top 2 divisions, I'll know it. So if you want to chuck it in, I'll tell you what it is. The Forest ground's a bit shit, to be honest. It was better before they built the stadium behind the goal. The Trent End standing was a really good all standing stadium bit. But yeah, it's a bit shit. What's the worst football ground you've been to, says Danny Stuland. Shot there from Modric, edge of the box, easily saved by the keeper. Worst one I've been to. Probably West Brom. It's just boring. I don't like these identikit stadiums. I think one of the worst ones I could tell you about is Huddersfield's. I've never been to it, but whenever you see it, it's just like a new stadium. It's a bit lifeless. Notts County's a bit like it as well. Just lifeless. Lovely overlap. Chilwell crosses it. Werner, goal! Goal, goal, goal! That's a good goal by Chelsea. Is he offside? He's offside. It never rains, it pours for Werner. It was lovely play by Chelsea, but how is he... There's always something wrong with Werner. It's lovely play. He get it out wide to Chilwell, and he's just got to... He's got to keep himself on side, and he's got too excited. He's got too excited. He's on YouPorn. There's loads of categories. He's clicked on the wrong one, and he should have took his time. Just a couple of more seconds, and he would have been in. But he's gone and clicked on the wrong one. He should have scored. He did score, but he should have stayed on side. Selhurst Park, Crystal Palace. Go on, chuck me some names of stadiums. I'll get it. As long as it's in the top 2 leagues, I'll get it. Do you think United would move to a stadium in the next 10 years? No, I don't think United will ever leave Old Trafford. Bloody, you can try a Super League, see what happens with the Super League, see if you try and take United away from Old Trafford. There's no reason for United to leave Old Trafford. They've got loads of land there. They don't need to leave Old Trafford. They could move the pitch, they could move the stadium, they could do loads of stuff. There'd be no need to leave Old Trafford. Roker Park was Sunderland. Pride Park, Derby. Bramall Lane, Sheffield United. Medeski Stadium is Reading. Portman Road is Ipswich. Griffin Park is Brentford. Kenilworth Road, Luton. Stadium of Light, Sunderland. DW Stadium, Wigan. Riverside Stadium, Middlesbrough. Kenilworth Road was, I think, Coventry. No, it wasn't. Luton, I think. The Valley, Bradford. Loftus Road, easy, QPR. Fratton Park, Portsmouth. Ewood Park, easy. Blackburn. Vicarage Road, Watford. The Rico is Coventry now. Ursula Wilson, Hooker Park. I don't know, but you probably live there. I'm only joking. I've never heard of that. That must be a made-up name. St Andrews is Birmingham. Craven Cottage, Fulham. The Valley is Charlton. Deepdale. You might have caught me out there. Deepdale. Is it Preston? Baseball ground was Derby County. Boundary Park, I think, is Oldham. Bloomfield Road, don't know. That's not coming out to me. Meadow Hall is a shopping centre in Sheffield, you cheeky git. Anyway, Rudiger knocks it out for throw-in. Turf Moor, that's the home of Sean Dyche. That's where I live. I literally do live there as well. It's a very sad story. Me and Woody stayed out really late one night, and I basically got kicked out of my house. So I've got a tent at Turf Moor now, and sometimes I let Woody stay over in Tarkovsky, and we just watch repeats of Batman on my little iPad until the battery runs out, and then we just snuggle up and tell each other stories about getting promoted with Burnley. Yeah, Turf Moor. Blackburn's ground is Ewood Park. Blundell Park, I feel like I should know it, but I don't know what it is. 20 minutes gone here. Chelsea did have a goal ruled out for offside. I think Werner should have stayed onside. But ultimately, as I've said before, if Chelsea score first, it doesn't really make a massive amount of difference, because if Real Madrid score, it's game on. Hi Mark, could you please call my mate Bianco a random thanks, says CJ. Okay. Street talk. This game is tight. I think it's going to be tight as well. Please smash a like on the video, by the way. I think my like counter is broken because there's no way we've only got 142 likes on it. 14,000 watching. Ooh, that's a lot. Not as much as last night, but you know, it's still a lot. Please subscribe, bottom right hand corner. You're very, very welcome. Crow Park's in Ireland. I don't know who plays there. What is Bury Stadium? Oh, I do know Bury Stadium, and I don't know why I can't think of it. What's Bury Stadium? I'm going to kick myself when I find out. Bury is... Oh, I'm never going to get it. I should know it. Gig Lane, that was it. Bloody hell. West Brom's what the Hawthorns. To be honest, I used to know them all more when I was a kid. When I was at secondary school, I used to spend most of my lessons. We would do that. That was one of our competitions. Me and this other lad, we'd sit there all through science, and basically you got a point for everyone you get right, and it'd be like you'd go Bury, Gig Lane. You know, that's what you do. You get a point if you got it right. And also what we do is, this other game we used to play is, you'd pick a team. So you go Everton, Neville Southall, Gary Stevens, Trevor Stephen, Graham Sharp, Dave Watson. And you'd go through the team, and the person who couldn't do it didn't win. Nice ball over the top there, but Militao is there. But I used to be bloody brilliant at it, because you used to have these. It wasn't sticker books. You did have sticker books, but they had this thing called Pro Set cards. I remember being at secondary school, and they had cards, Pro Set cards, and you used to swap them and all that. So yeah, but I used to play Sabutio a lot as well. So you used to need to know all the players as well. Feel like a Chinese takeaway. Chicken balls with sweet and sour sauce. Give this European grounds a go, Mark. Stade Velodrome. Is it Leon? Ramon Sanchez Calderon, Mestalla, Signal Iduna Park, Volkswagen Arena, Stade Olimpico, and Main Road. I'm terrible at them. Stade Olimpico. Oh, what a save by Mendy. He saved me as well, Andrew C. Big up Mendy. What a save that is from Benzema. Edge of the box. Curler into the bottom corner, and Mendy's there to tip it round the... It's a great, great shot, and it's a great save as well. PSG look like absolute clowns if Chelsea win the Champions League, says Clinton Sam. Carroll Road's Norwich. Yeah, that was a fantastic save there from... from Mendy, from Benzema. Strange Addiction. Do you watch Rate My Takeaway, Mark? No. Do people actually watch something called that? I could do that. Alpha Gaming says Mendy got to that one. All right, full stretch. Real Madrid have had 3 shots and 3 on target, and Chelsea have had 1 and 1 on target. The only thing I'd be worried about if I was Chelsea is that if Real Madrid score, you've got to score 2. Lovely play by Werner. Feed him in. Kante. Here it is. Havertz. He's hit the bar. Werner. Goal. Offside again. No, it's a goal. This time it is a goal. And it's Werner. And it's 1-0 to Chelsea. Lovely play by Kante. I told you he's good on Ultimate Team. He's not too bad in real life either. Wins the tackle. Feeds it into Havertz. Dinks it onto the bar. And Werner's there for the... He couldn't miss that. Imagine if Werner had missed this. He'd have to run off the pitch as well. Kante wins the 50-50 with Ramos. He's got options. He feeds Havertz in. Havertz dinks it over Courtois. It hits the bar, but Werner is there to head it home. There's nothing's going to stop that now. It's a bit like Starship. Nothing's going to stop us now. Well, knowing you, Werner, you'd stop yourself. Imagine if he'd headed that over the bar. That would have been his worst miss of his career. Imagine it. Watch this back. Imagine if you missed this. You'd have to retire. Imagine it. Bang, over the bar. It'd be hilarious. He didn't. He scored. But it would have been hilarious if he'd missed. He doesn't miss. He scores. But it doesn't make a massive difference in the game. Chelsea fans will be very happy. But Real Madrid score. And it's game on. 1-0 to Chelsea. Half an hour gone. Kante's been fantastic tonight. I think Kante over the last weeks is back to his best. Don't know what he's been doing over the last 18 months, but he's been brilliant the last sort of month or two, hasn't he? He did go missing for a month, for a year and a half, didn't he? Rate my takeaway versus cooking with Goldbridge. I'm going to have a look at this rate my takeaway. Thank you, Peter Bissett. £3 says Alpha Gaming, 3.00. And how are you on nicknames? Example, Hull City. Oh, I used to be good. That's something you know when you're younger. I don't know whether you do now, but nicknames for teams. I used to know it all when I was a kid. I don't know them now. Tigers, Hull. I think United is the Red Devils, isn't it? Liverpool, Prats. Arsenal, shit. Spurs, Bottlers. Man City, Plastic. But no, realist. Canaries, Norwich. I think Ipswich was the Tractor Boys. Farmers. Chelsea. What's Chelsea's? Was it just the Blues? Or are they called the Pensioners? Arsenal, obviously the Gunners. Everton, the Toffee Men. I don't know what Man City's was. It's probably something like Sky Blues. They probably bought a new one now. They probably call themselves Galacticos or something now. Magpies is Newcastle, isn't it? Spurs. I can't remember what Spurs. Well, Spurs is probably Spurs, isn't it? Nickname. Yeah. I don't know what Spurs is. Southampton's the Saints. Yeah. I'm trying to think of other Premier League clubs. Bournemouth is the Cherries, isn't it? City are the Citizens. Spurs, Lily Whites. Foxes, Leicester, yeah. Aston Villa, I think it is the Villains with Villa. Hammers is West Ham, yeah. Pompey for Portsmouth. Seagulls is the Brighton. Derby is Sheepshaggers, apparently. If you're from Nottingham. Blades, Sheffield United, yes. Sheffield Wednesday, the Owls, obviously. Leeds, I don't know what Leeds is. Werner. Oh, what a shit pass, Werner. Rudiger had made the run. But he's well out of position now. Look at Rudiger's running style. It's hilarious. He runs like me with his back. He's like a gentleman running. He's like this. I've left my umbrella on the bus. Luton are the Hatters. Charlie, see, it's all coming back to me. It was so long ago, but it's all coming back to me. Yeah, the Hatters is Luton. I don't know why. West Brom are the Baggies, surely. Fulham are the Cottagers. I think cottaging is something sinister, though, isn't it? I'm sure I've heard that cottaging is something sexual, so... They keep showing Werner's thing, and every time I think he's going to miss. Fair play. Fair play. Stoke are the Potters. I think we've been through every Premier League club now. Girls on film. I'm back. I'm still here. I'm still here. I'm just going to get something. You'll know what I'm getting. I need a little bit more. What do you call it? Ribena. Need a little bit more Ribena. Please subscribe, bottom right hand corner. I could play some darts, you know, but you wouldn't be able to see me. I've got my dartboard there. Look, I'll prove it. Look, watch this. There's my darts. I'm going to throw it into the board. You'll hear it. See it? Hear that? So 1-0 with 33 minutes gone. Good score for Chelsea at the moment. Liverpool, I don't know what Liverpool nickname was. Was it the Pools or something like that? Something stupid. Brighton would be the Seacles, yes, yes, yes. I'm drinking Ribena in a red wine glass. Burnley are the Clarets. Too fucking right, we're the Clarets. I'll give you a bit of claret in a minute. Do you want some? Because I'm Andy. They call us the Clarets because I'll knock your nose out. You'll be bleeding claret all over the place. I think this game has got a sting in the tail. Like a wasp. Has a wasp got a tail? What's got a sting in the tail? I've always thought that. I think there are sayings in life that don't make any sense. Oh, Benzema! What a save by Mendy again! It's the Mendy versus Benzema show, and it's 2-0 to Mendy. Lovely save. Fantastic stuff. 2 good saves. They should get me on BT. I'll be way better than them boring prats. Imagine me doing commentary on BT. It's the Bendit. It's the Bendy. I'll be sacked. You're sacked. You've got his name wrong. It's the Benzema versus Mendy show. And it's 2-0 to Mendy. Fantastic stuff. Back to you, McManaman, to ruin it. Do they have the same ref in both legs? Yellow card to Ramos. There's a question for you. Do they have the same ref in both legs? Because I recognised him and I recognised the one last night. City is always nosy neighbours to me, Sumya. Yeah, I wouldn't be able to do it on BT really because McManaman would be going, "Hey, Goldbridge, get off the Ribena. Stop drinking all the fucking Ribena. You're talking rubbish. That's your second pint of Ribena in 10 minutes, mate. What you doing? Stop drinking it." They could at least have an alternative one where you've got to, give your ID that you're over 18. Ramos really wants a red, says Nicola. Odds on Ramos getting sent off, says Javis. Yeah, I mean, Ramos might leave Real Madrid in the summer. I'm looking forward to the Euros, though, are you? I'm looking forward to it. City's always nosy neighbours to me, says Sumya. Mark, what would Ollie and Dyche do sound like arguing about who's better, Ashley or Chris Wood? Show us your setup, says Maxwell. Okay, well, it starts off with the Manscaped. What you do is, you stand up, you start it up. Nah, I wouldn't do that. Well, you'd have to have Kaneki there. Kaneki. Sean Leitch is arguing about who's better, Rashford or Wood. Damn right I am. You bloody, you Norwegian prat. I don't even know where Norway is. I think it doesn't even exist. If that's where you're really from. Woody is way better than Rashford, and Tarkowski is 10 times better than Maguire. I can't really do Ollie other than Kadeki. I think we're going off piste a little bit here. We've got a good game going on. I'm getting a little bit too excited. Let's bring it back. Come back a bit. Roll it in. Another yellow card here. Tell you what, he's giving out a lot of yellow cards here. He's obviously been to Hobbycraft and cut out a lot of them because he's given out a lot of yellow cards. Christensen's in there now. Ramos has been booked. I'm sure somebody else got booked as well. I think Jorginho got booked. How old is Chris Wood? There's a lot of... I tell you what, Chelsea are playing a very similar game to Man City here. Real Madrid need to score, so they've got to open up a bit, and Chelsea are therefore able to counter. Shout out to Club Fillers Inc. Mark, live tonight, 9:55, chopping it up and pushing it through side of the game, says Lucky Leo. Okay, big shout out to them, Club Fillers Inc. Do you remember the Sky Sports fan zone years ago, says Kirkham? Yeah. Was it obvious I wasn't a big fan of it then? I made it too obvious. Yeah. Champions League winners in the 1990s. Mate, I'm rubbish. I'm terrible at Champions League winners. I can do FA Cup winners from... when can I do FA Cup winners from? 85. I can go through to about 2001, and then I lose my way. I do lose my way, and I know why. It's because I was living in Ireland and I wasn't really watching a lot of football unless it was United. I had other things to play with, if you know what I mean. Talking of which, Manscaped, 20% off with the code FOOTY. Trim your grass to make your yard look bigger. Precision engineering for your family jewels. 20% off with the code FOOTY. Look, I've never had any problems, but it is true and it does make it look good. So check it out, and it's very good products. Also, if you're a little bit older like me, I don't have to shout this one out, but I always do. This is the nasal trimmer. Absolutely brilliant. It's a pain in the arse. Well, it's not in the arse because it's in the nose. And it's not painful, but it's a pain in the arse as you get older and you start to grow nasal hair. But these are brilliant. Little rotor blades there. Chuck it up your nose. Once a week. A few seconds and you're on with it. So, links in the video description. Use the code FOOTY. Thanks to Manscaped. Fantastic products. Really good. Almost 300k followers on Twitter, Mark Nishant. Is that good? Oh, yeah, right, actually. 299,000.6. Give us a follow on Twitter at Mark Goldbridge. I didn't even notice that. I'm so humble. That's what, you know, when people talk about me, I just want them to say, you know, that thing about Goldbridge. He's so humble. I asked him for a photo and he literally gave me 5 seconds. He's so humble. Kante is running the show tonight. Gets it wide to Mount. Oh, it's Mason Mount. And it's a good block. Werner over the bar. He's absolutely running the show. It was so long ago, but I don't know why I'm singing Celine Dion. Yeah, I think Kante's been absolutely fantastic. Oh, God. You know I'm going to have to ring up. Hello? Is that Gary Barlow? Yeah. I just wanted to know what you thought about Kante. I think he's been absolutely fantastic, Mark. Absolutely incredible. He's running that midfield. He's absolutely fantastic. He's been superb. Absolutely incredible. Bit of Gary Barlow there. I'm a one-man band. Nobody seems to understand. I'm a one-man band. It's always entertaining on the watch along with me. I'd do it if two people were watching. Really, I can talk to myself. People say like, how do you sit and talk to yourself for so long? Well, I don't really talk to myself because there are people there. But basically, the reason I'm good at it, well, I'm being humble. The reason I think I'm okay at it is because basically, when my mum and dad were out, and they used to be out quite a lot because they had hobbies, so I'd be in the house a lot on my own. I used to turn the living room into a football ground. So living room football, I'm very good at. And I'd basically have matches. I'd have like Arsenal against Man United, and in those days, I suppose I wouldn't be keen against Vieira because if I was doing that, I would have been in my bloody late teens. So it would have been sort of like, I don't know. When I was playing living room football, it was probably like Lineker for Spurs and Robson for United. But I'd play the game and then I'd go and talk in the mirror. I'd be like talking in the mirror. Oh, it was a great game. Literally, I've had a match in the living room that doesn't exist between Man United and Spurs, and then I'd talk in the mirror about how the game went. You know, so I've always been. I don't know whether it's genius or a mental problem, really, but I've always been quite good at role play. Chelsea looking very good on the break here. We're already at half time. You can't believe how quick the show's going, and it's going. I wasn't lonely. I loved it. And he's blown for half time. So let's play a bit of either or at half time. Also, if you've got any ideas for stuff that I can do on my own channel in relation to reaction videos, that would be good. It's not schizophrenia, you cheeky get. You know what? I should have a video on me when I'm playing. Well, actually, I already do it. I don't know what I'm on about. I should have a video on me when I'm playing FIFA. Yeah, you've been doing it for about 4 years, mate. Yeah, that doesn't even work. No, that actually dropped into my head there. That would be really good content. Put a video on me when I'm playing FIFA. You've done it for about 4 years. But, yeah, as we know. Mark, do an IQ test, says Matt Fellows. That would be good. That would be good. Does anyone do them? Loneliness is absence of self. Solitude is richness of self, isn't it, Sandeep? I'll be honest with you. I always have been very comfortable on my own. If you know what I mean. I don't want anyone around, but no, seriously, I always have been. Yeah, I'm absolutely fine in my own company. I love interacting with people and everything like that, but I've never been, before. To be honest with you, before I had kids and stuff like that, if I had a day off work and just knowing that I can sit and watch, Only Fools and Horses all day and drink beer and stuff, I'm happy. Mark, react to dash cam videos, says MP. That's not a bad idea. I'm writing them down. Let's play either or. Let's play either or. You give me two things and I have to say which one. Hello Mark, sorry to moan again, but I've tried everything, but I can't relax myself. I finally thought I was better, and then here I am back at square one, says Big Josh. Big Josh, I feel like you're using me as a psychiatrist, and that's not a good move for you. I mean, look, I'm happy to offer you advice, but I think everyone in the live comments is screaming, "No, Josh, don't take advice from Goldbridge, especially not in this mood." But all I can tell you is that if you're suffering with anxiety on a serious level, then you need to focus on things that you enjoy. Because if I'm having a bad day and stuff, like I did today actually, I just felt really down today. So what I did is I started playing FIFA on easy mode because I knew I would win, and I felt a lot better. So do something that you enjoy. Don't play Ultimate Team, that'll make you even worse. But yeah, think or do something that you really enjoy. That's what it is. It's about calming yourself, calming your anxiety. But you know what? I might not be the best person to speak to. Please try a Michael Owen impression. Sounds like Barlow. Oh, God, I'll fall asleep. Oh, I can't do that. Hello, and okay, that's that. Ted Hastings or Steve Arnott. Definitely Ted Hastings. I've got to be honest, Line of Duty is a little bit like Gavin and Stacey to me. I love Gavin and Stacey, but I can't stand Gavin and Stacey, the people in it. I find them really irritating. And in Line of Duty, I love the programme, but I do find Steve and the other girl a bit annoying. All right, mate? Yeah, mate. You all right, mate? Yeah, are you all right, mate? I'm all right, mate. Are you all right, mate? I'm all right, mate. Should we go to the pub, mate? Yeah, all right, mate. Are you sure you're all right, mate? I'm great, mate. How's it going, mate? I'm all right, mate. Are you all right, mate? Yeah, I'm all right, mate. Are you all right? Yeah, I'm sure, mate. Should we go to the pub, mate? Yeah, all right, mate. How you doing, mate? I'm all right. You sure, mate? You're all right? All right. Yeah, I'm all right, mate. Do a vid of Pro Evo. Indian or Chinese, says James Freeman. What? The nationality or the takeaway? Because on the takeaway, I'm undecided. And actually, on the nationality, I'm as well. Diversity Bridge. Pat Butcher or Peggy Mitchell? Get out of my pub! Get out of my pub! It's got to be Peggy. It's got to be Peggy. Haaland or Mbappe? I get asked this. I'm sure I get asked this every day. Definitely Mbappe. Mark, did you hear that Europa League final will have fans? Says Arturo. Chelsea City won't, even if they're allowed. Sorry, Mark. I'm getting therapy on Friday, so I hope that will help. I'm not trying to use you as a psychiatrist. I just really like your content, says Big Josh. No, mate, I'm more than happy. And look, I sometimes get it as well, and I think people who don't get anxiety probably don't understand what it's like. It grips you, and if you could turn it off, you would do. It is not a nice feeling, so I get that, and when I get it, I try and do something I enjoy. It's hard. Stop the timer. Good point. Stop the timer. Who likes Schitt's Creek? I've just started watching it. It was a bit of a slow burner, first 3 or 4 episodes, but I'm really getting into it now. Quite like it. Real versus Chelsea is boring, says Yashraj. No, you're wrong. You're actually wrong. It's not a boring game. It's a tactic. This is going to happen in the Euros. This is going to happen. I'm warning you now. In the Euros, the group games, you'll be going, this is the best tournament ever. This is the best tournament ever. And then the knockout stage, you'll be like, it's shit. It's because it's a semi-final to get into the final. Chelsea can't open up. They've got to keep it tight and hit on the break. And therefore, I said Chelsea tonight. Don't expect vintage Chelsea. This ain't going out with your partner and they've got the best dress on and the best makeup. Could be a man. This is a night in, watching a film. They've had a shower. They've put the pyjamas on. They're not making any more effort than that. That's Chelsea tonight. They ain't going to go glitz and glamour. They're just going to go comfortable and effective. You still might get something at the end of the night, but they ain't going to have the makeup on. And that's it. And that still could be a man or a woman. 9,500 fans allowed in the final. 2,000 tickets allocated to each club, says a Toro. And I don't think you can fly out the UK at the moment. Nadal or Djokovic? I know Roger is your favourite. I'd go with Nadal, Sumya. There's something about, not Mary, there's something about Djokovic that I just don't like. And I think a lot of people are like that. Not in a dislike way, but I just prefer Nadal and Federer. Watermelon or kiwi, Mark? Oh, definitely kiwi. That's the best. That's the best either or question we've had as well. Definitely. Westfield or Trafford, and Pitt or Cruz? Trafford and Pitt. Jay. I had to think about both, though. US Office or UK Office? I'm actually rewatching the UK Office at the moment. I'm just halfway through season 2. I mean, I know I'm like the back of my hand. And you know that saying, that's another saying. I do know the back of my hand really well. Look, back of my hand, I know I've got a little freckle on my furthest right knuckle. Yeah, there it is. On my left hand, I think there's one halfway up my hand. Oh, it's disappeared. I'm sure I used to have one there. So it must have been somebody else's hand. Should be down in a minute. I'll have a look. That's the only hand I'd see at the back of a lot of. Prime, Merson or Letitia, Paulie says. Letitia. And hi Mark, broke my foot today and have to wait 6 weeks to play football again. Love your content, says Dan. Oh, Dan. That's horrible, isn't it? You know, you've probably not been playing football a lot and then there you go. Aiden says, worst ending, Game of Thrones or Line of Duty? Well, I don't think it's the end of Line of Duty. I think Line of Duty will be back. So I'd have to say Game of Thrones. Look, very, very quickly, I loved Game of Thrones. I never watched it back. I always went with each season. Even in between seasons, I never went back. My best mate, who was my best man, at my wedding, I said to him, he used to say to me, I'm rewatching season 2. I'd go, I'm never watching any Game of Thrones again until it's finished, and then I'm going to watch it from start to finish. And then the last season landed, and I was like, I'm never fucking watching any of it again. I loved Game of Thrones, but that last season was so bad. For anyone having anxiety or getting hyper excited for no reason, try meditation and yoga. I was in depression for 2 years, and it really helped, says Ashtush. Yeah, relaxation, you're right. Deep breathing, thinking about something you like. Sometimes I need time out. You'd be surprised by that, but I do need a time out. And what I'll do is I'll go and lie on the bed. I put a face mask on, and the face mask I've got is a heated one. You can get it from Amazon for about 15 quid. You plug it in, and it just gradually heats up on your eyes. It's very relaxing. You lie there for 10 minutes, but you can't do anything else because your eyes are covered up. You can't. It's impossible. You can't look at your phone. You can't read a book. So you've got to lie there and relax. Heated, relax, and I just start thinking about things that relax me. Lots of other things start going on, but I do think about things that relax me. Coconut or banana? Oh, I mean, coconut's just a pain in the arse, isn't it? I mean, I can go into the cupboard and get a banana. If I want a bit of coconut, I've got to break it. I've got to scrape it. Nah, banana. Although I do like a Bounty. I could get a bar of Bounty. I do like a Bounty. If it's Bounty or banana, I'll go with a Bounty. Toy Story or Up? I've never really watched Up. Please subscribe, by the way, bottom right hand corner. You need a stretch, Mark, says Francis. I do. I've been sat on my arse all night. Oh, that's a good stretch. A good movie or a good series? Ooh, that's a good question from Jack Higgins. A good movie or a good series? That's a cracking question, isn't it? I love a good movie, but I love a good series. I watched Night Manager. It's a few years old, but God, I loved it for a week. Watching 6 episodes, it was great. Yeah, I love a good series. I love a Bounty as well. Like Shane, I haven't had a Bounty in ages. I have to be very careful though, because I've got quite an addictive personality. So, and I'm very good at curbing it, but I do have a bit of an addictive personality. Like somebody said on a stream a few weeks ago, what's your favourite chocolate bar? And I said Topic. And I went on Amazon and I bought a box of 40. And I ate most of them over one weekend. So, yeah, I have to be careful with stuff like that. Which trilogy, Lord of the Rings or Star Wars? Star Wars, yeah. Although my problem with Star Wars is I've watched it a lot. Chelsea or Man City? If Chelsea progress, Chelsea. Chelsea, Chelsea. Ooh, Chelsea, Chelsea. Ooh, Chelsea, Chelsea. For many reasons, really. But mainly because I don't want Man City to win the Champions League. I think they will. Coconut oil or almond milk, says Chris Tech Tips. I've never drank coconut oil. So it'd have to be almond milk. Love you, Mark. I'm always sending in food chats during either. Also, I'm glad you answered. Also, which American cities would you like to visit, says Lucas. Well, I like to go to Texas. I don't know why I'm speaking Scottish, but I would. LA, Vegas, New York. For some reason, Boston, San Francisco. I'd like to go to sort of New England, is it, with Maine and where they did Cape Cod, where they did Star Wars, not where they did Star Wars, Jaws. Anywhere else in it? I'd like to go Chicago because of Batman. So yeah, I'm 23. I'd love to go to America and spend probably 6 months going around it, but yeah. I'm 23 and I work at Tesco. Feel like crap. Any tips on how to get a better job? Want more money and no real qualifications like you? Thanks. Fucking hell. Buried Goldbridge live. Thanks, mate. Fucking hell. I'm not working in Tesco's. I don't feel like crap. You make your life sound crap and you're comparing it to mine. Bloody hell. But no, on a serious note, I didn't have any real qualifications at 23. You're right. The Ghost Nose Boxing. You're right. I didn't. In the words of Desiree, you gotta be cool, you gotta be calm, you gotta stay together. No, you don't need that. I'll tell you what, mate, you're a lot younger than me. At 23, you've got your whole life ahead of you, so don't feel crap. And the reality is that it'll be harder than people who've got qualifications, but you're so young, there's so much more you can still do. I'd love to be, well, I don't want to be 23 again, because I wouldn't swap what I've, family and everything that I've got now. I wouldn't want to go back to being 23. But if I was talking to 23-year-old me, and I remember my 23rd birthday in that pub next to Torridge Street Station in Dublin, drinking tequila, throwing stools against the wall like a prat, I'd tell him to sit down, calm down. I'd put him in a headlock because he'd think he was hard, and I'd just grab him in a headlock, put him like that and say, chill, are you going to calm down yet? Are you going to calm down? No. You are. And then I'd tell him, look, you got your whole life ahead of you. Read more books. Educate yourself. There's lots of time. Don't be feeling crap at 23, mate. You've got your whole life ahead of you. Please. Mark, 5 months after getting my degree, finally got a call for an interview in my field, and this one has me feeling excited. This is Gabrielle Noel, you see. There you go. Mark, have you ever seen any cricket match live in a cricket gown, and which is your favourite cricket gown, says Pravi? Mate, people think I don't like cricket. It's not that I don't like cricket. I just don't like cricket. But I have been to watch quite a lot of cricket. I watched Warwickshire play 2020 about a year. No, not last year, 2 years ago, because last year didn't exist because of COVID. So 2 years ago, and I've watched England in the Ashes at Edgbaston. So the only two cricket grounds I've been to are Edgbaston and Trent Bridge. That is the truth. But yeah, I've seen England play Australia in the Ashes. How many people can say that? I was drinking. I was there, going down, getting all the beer carrying the beer like that. But I've got to be honest, Emil. I don't mind watching cricket on TV, but I don't like watching it live. The only basically, it's just an excuse to have a drink because the ball moves so quick. You can see the ball on TV, but you can't see it in real life. It's so fast. Richard Smith says Shameless UK or Shameless USA. But I've never watched either. Can't be bothered with that. Joel Glazer or Avram Glazer. Yeah, neither. I agree with you, Sadder. I think Arsenal will get through to the final, yeah. I do. And Paul Carter. Wait a minute, Paul. They're just coming out for the second half here, but I do like the question. Paul Carter says, and everyone can answer this, fry up in the morning or curry at night? See, Paul, I don't know about anybody else. Real Madrid are coming out now. I don't know about anybody else on this. But when it comes to food, I love food. I think we all do. Without it, we can't live unless you've got a tube. But I can't differentiate between that sort of a thing because it's mood food. Like, if you said to me, what do I prefer, a Chinese takeaway or an Indian takeaway? Right now, I'd probably say Chinese. But if you'd asked me for the last 2 weeks, I would have said Indian. And that's because I had an Indian on Saturday. And I'm like, oh, I fancy something different. So my food mood changes. So Right now, would I want to fry up in the morning or a curry at night? At the moment, I'd probably want the curry now, but in the morning, I definitely want the fry up. Anyway, we're deep stuff. That is deep conversation. That belongs on TikTok. But we're about to kick. I tell you what, there'll be plenty of stuff for TikTok. If you are one of those people who nicks all my stuff for TikTok, there's bloody loads. This will get you through a month tonight. It's gold. There's loads of stuff. But like putting your rod in the rod, like going fishing when there's a shoal of fish. You'd be like, I can't get it out quick enough. Oh, there's another one. There's another one. Oh, there's another one. Oh, there's another one. Do you think Werner's bad, or do you think he needs more time? Says Warren Jones. We've kicked off the second half. I think Werner works well in this system, in a front three with Havertz and Mount, or you could play Pulisic. I think as the out-and-out number 9, was he? And I know he did it for Leipzig, but he also, he sort of had the load to share. Saksham says he's lost his granddad and he's heartbroken and shattered. Thoughts with Saksham? I mean it. I'm being serious. Like it's a horrible thing, and yeah, as I've said before, with grief, you've got to ride the pony really with that, or the horse. What I mean is, there's nothing anybody can say, because if somebody means a lot to you, you can't just say, "Oh, have a bowl of cornflakes, you'll feel all right in 10 minutes." That's not how it works. That's the beauty of life, isn't it? Is that the whole point of having passion and love is that when you lose something that you love, it hurts. Oh, a lovely header by Havertz onto the bar. But yeah, it does. Aspilicueta with the cross, and it takes time. You need a little time. That's what you need. Time to adjust from the reality of them to the memory of them, and the reality is gone and the memory moves in here, and that weighs heavy on the heart and it hurts, and then you get used to carrying it. You never forget. Said Jamie says he prefers a fry up because a curry gives you know what? It doesn't. Well, it does some people, but for me, I've always been alright with it. Sweet corn does me, gets right through me. I enjoy it when I'm eating it, but half an hour later, I bloody don't enjoy it. Remember, we're sponsored by Manscaped for the show today. That just feels wrong. We'll wait for that 5 minutes. I feel like people are saying rest in peace in the live chat, and I'm going on to Manscaped. It's not what he would have wanted, and I don't even know him. But yeah, we'll come back to that in a few minutes. But the discount is 20% off with footy code. Thank you very much to Manscaped. Rate this match from 1 to 10. Well, I'll rate the bloody watch-along, and it's a 9, and that's the main thing. The match itself, tactical. I said it at the start. Chelsea need to stop Real Madrid from scoring. They've scored first. It gives them a bit of security. What's she doing in the kitchen? Good evening. Hope everyone you are all well, says Ryan Stead. Mark, how would you react to Arsenal beating you in the Europa League final, says Owen. How do you think I'd react? I don't think it will go along the lines of, well, at the end of the day, the best team won. Look, personally, I know a lot of people that are Arsenal fans that would absolutely love it. So I would absolutely hate it. But there's a large part. I do think Arsenal will win tomorrow, by the way, and I do think it will be Man United versus Arsenal. But I am. What a game! I think Chelsea Man City will be a great game, but Man United Arsenal will be a massive game, because Arsenal have had a crap season, and they need to win that game, and it's a 90-minute game. It doesn't matter whether Arsenal have beaten Man City, so there's no guarantee. Be very, very exciting. Mark, what do you think about United upcoming fixture list? It's ridiculous, Joel, but I wouldn't worry too much about the Liverpool game. I wouldn't be surprised if that gets called off again. Watch Black Sails, one of the best endings in TV history. I need to start writing some of these series down that I haven't watched. Watch The Terror. Very good series. Watch The Terror. I absolutely loved that. It's one of the best things I've watched. Really good. Hazard's been quiet. Francis Reynolds says, what sport are you good at other than football? I'm brilliant at table tennis. I used to be quite good at tennis, but I'm very good at table tennis. Probably take me about an hour to get back to my best, but yeah, when I'm in the flow, I'm very good at table tennis. Actually, I could do that. That's a sport I could play and stream. Goldbridge plays table tennis. What other sports am I good at? I'm okay at a lot of things. I've always been quite sporty, but you know, there are some people that are very good at a few sports. Used to be quite good at pool and snooker actually as well. Cross comes in, oded over the bar from Thiago Silva. Which season of The Terror? I'm not watching season 2 because it's a totally different thing. Season 1. Saga says pray for India. I already have. I've already mentioned it on this stream as well, but thoughts and prayers with India. It's got to work through it in India, really. It's as horrific as it sounds. There was this horrible statement that used to get used a lot when COVID was high in the UK, and look, it could come back. They used to say baked in, because basically you knew if the infection rate was high, the next few weeks the death rate was going to go high. You can't stop it. When the infection rate's high, you know 3 or 4 weeks later the death rate's going to go high as well. So you have to sort of get that infection rate down, and then gradually it will start to come down. Not a United fan, but love your watch along, says Jay Taylor. Thanks very much, mates. Please subscribe, bottom right hand corner. You can dance if you want to. You can. You can dance if you want to. Of course, if Real Madrid score, there's potential for extra time. Recommend Ted Lasso on Apple TV. Not really about football. It's about what happens when you approach life, positive attitude, and show people you care, says David. But how do you get Apple TV? I haven't got Apple. Don't know how you get Apple TV. I'm on Android. Here we go. Mount. Oh, he's put it over the bar. He could have squared it to Havertz or Werner, and he smashed it over the bar. And that's what Tuchel's thinking. He's going, you could have squared it to Werner. I don't know whether he talks like that, but that's my best German. Square it. Why didn't he square it? I would have done exactly what Mason Mounts does. Mark, how did you handle guilt? You sound like Sultans of Swing, says Mr. Cricket. I don't know what you're talking about. Thank you. Big chance. Mark says, I'm not a United fan by any stretch, but discovered your content a few weeks ago. One of the funniest on YouTube. Subscribe to keep up the good work. Remember, well, look, you don't need to be a United fan. I mean, to be honest with you, I think part of the thing is you just don't need to be a United fan to watch my content, because I do watch a lot of other stuff, and also I think we've all got our club loyalties, but we all watch lots of other games as well. And this channel is for that. It's for everybody to get involved. So thanks everyone who's tuning in. Please subscribe, bottom right hand corner, and get involved. What are you drinking, Ribena? Ryan says, I'm a Chelsea fan. Welcome to the show. How are you feeling, Ryan? You feeling nervous? I mean, look, we're sat here watching this game. I'm quite enjoying it. I think it's got something to it. I think PSG was shite last night. Man City did a very good job, but this has got something on it, you know. And look, I'm not a Chelsea fan, and most of you won't be. But if you are a Chelsea fan at this point, I've been in this position as a United fan. I always remember the United Barcelona game. 0-0 in the new camp. Scholes scores that goal at Old Trafford, and then it's like we beat them 1-0. But that last half an hour, it was horrible because you were just like, are they going to get a goal? If they get a goal, they've got that away goal. You know, it was proper nervy, and obviously we got to the final. But yeah, for Chelsea, if you'd have said to the Chelsea in January you're going to get in the Champions League final, you wouldn't have thought it, would you? And yet you're in a FA Cup final, you're into the top 4, a Champions League final. And the funny thing with Chelsea is if you'd said to Chelsea fans when they were buying all those players last August, you'll get to a Champions League final, an FA Cup final, and you'll finish in the top 4, they probably would have said, yeah, I can imagine that because we've bought well. I'll take that for a first year with all this money, yeah. But if you told them that in January, at the start of January, they would have gone, you're having a bloody laugh. So Chelsea probably ended up having the season they should have had, but they're only having it because Tuchel's done such a good job in such a short space of time. Yeah, it was 08 for Scholes, wasn't it? I do get mixed up with 09 myself, but it was 08 semi-final against Barcelona, I'm pretty sure, because we played Chelsea in the final, didn't we? And Chelsea, I think, beat Liverpool, Shane Brown. In 09, when we lost to Roma, it was Arsenal in the semi-final because Fletcher got wrongly suspended for the final and he couldn't play in the final. Mark, what a great turnaround for Chelsea since Lampard left, says M. Parker. Look, I thought, I got to be honest, and it feels wrong to stick by it now, but Abramovich does get proved right a lot, but I think he sacks people too quick. I don't think they should have got rid of Ancelotti, but I'm pretty sure they went on and won the title, didn't they, the year after? So, hi Mark, your thoughts on Vlahovic of Fiorentina? Someone goes under but looks like a great player at 21. Tall and very mobile with a killer instinct, says Philip. I haven't really watched much of Serie A this year. You know, I've been honest, I haven't. I do like Serie A and I do watch a lot of it, but I haven't watched a lot of it this year. Lovely ball through the middle there, but Rudiger's across. So I can't really comment on him, to be honest. Hi, big fan. I want to say in yesterday's match, Ruben Diaz reminded me about Carlos Puyol with those blocks. Yeah, he's a very different side for centre-back, Diaz, isn't he? He's just so solid. But, you know, Van Dijk's... I think the great thing about Ruben Diaz is if you played him with Van Dijk, what a pairing that would be. But what a signing, really. I mean, Man United were linked to him. Back post, Mendy's got it. Still half an hour to go in this game. Plenty of legs in it. I think Lampard's big problem was that he didn't adjust to having such a big squad. He didn't really show any consistency. 1 week it would be Ziyech, then he'd take him off for an hour, and the next game it would be Hudson-Odoi, and then he'd take him off, and the next week. There's too much changeability in the team. I mean, I'm going to be quite frank here as a United fan. Man City have bought everything they've got. They have. That's the fact. Man City would never have won everything they've won, and they'd never be in a Champions League final if they hadn't been bought by Sheikh Mansour. And Chelsea wouldn't have all the titles they've got if it wasn't for Roman Abramovich, because they bought it. But the bitterness that comes from, they're through one-on-one. Oh, he saved it. What a chance from Havertz. One-on-one to put the tie to bed. He's got Werner at the side of him. He could have slipped Werner in, but he should score. He could have just passed it to Werner, and he's missed it. Good save by Courtois, but probably should make sure. I know it's a sweaty goal on FIFA, but he could have just passed it to Werner. It's a definite goal. He's got to score there, Havertz. He has to score. Hi, Mark. Do you think we'll get Koundé in the summer? Says Dill. I don't know. You can watch Ted Lasso on Apple TV on non-Apple devices, including Xbox and PlayStation, says David. Yeah, you have to pay for it, though, don't you? Which is what you have to do for Netflix. I don't know why I'm being such a tight arse as well. Mark, have you seen the Championship bottom floor for... Yep, Derby are looking in trouble, aren't they, Liam? Kurt Cocaine says it was not a miss, it was saved. Yeah, it was a miss because he didn't score. He could have passed. So Mount and Havertz have had chances to take this game away from Real Madrid. But as it stands, Real Madrid just need one goal and this game is going to extra time. Yeah, but what I was saying is that Chelsea and Man City are only successful because of their rich owners. But there is an element of bitterness there because as a Manchester United fan, we wouldn't moan about them having rich owners if we were run properly. Man United make enough money without a rich owner to be very successful and buy who they want. But they don't buy who they want because they've got owners who want to make money out of the club. So there is that element of bitterness there that I don't think United fans would really give a shit about Man City and Chelsea if we could spend the revenue that we have. Lovely play down the right-hand side. Cross comes in, headed away. And Chilwell completes the clearance. I've watched Skyfall. It's very good, Oliver. Time for a stretch. Tell you what, but my worst nightmare, I pulled it. We were a bit high there. I pulled it down. But my worst nightmare and yours, if one day I pulled it down a little bit too far, that'd be it, wouldn't it? We'd never come back from that. I'd be all right, but you would never come back from that because you'd be like, "Oh my God, I'll never feel like a man again." But bit of fight there between Nacho and was it Aspilicueta or Havertz? Nacho and Havertz. Yellow card. Yellow card. Thanks very much to Manscaped. If you don't know what Manscaped is, precision engineering for your family jewels. 20% off with the code FOOTY. Really fantastic products. I use them a lot. I don't want you to think about me using that one a lot because that's one for downstairs. That's for it's waterproof as well, so you can do it in the shower. Trim the grass to make your yard look bigger. What I would say is if you do it in the shower and it is waterproof, it doesn't make sense to get it all wet and then do it because it's all wet. Do it before and then rinse off. That's my top tip. And this one's for your nose or your ears if you're old enough, but your nose. Trim it out. Really good products. And I have had a few of those over the years and they always. I had one. I don't want to name where I bought it from. It definitely wasn't Manscaped, but I bought it. I was trimming away and it actually ran out of battery whilst it was trimming and it got caught on one of them big hairs that you get. And I had to it was like having surgery. My eyes were watering. I had to stretch and put scissors up there to cut it. Not with that. Good quality products, 20% off with the code FOOTY. You won't regret it. Links in the video description. Irfan says Madrid are just not in the tie, mate. Half an hour to go. We saw what they did in the Bernabeu. But this is what I mean. This is why I think Chelsea. This is why I think Pep would want to play Real Madrid because I think City would deal with Real Madrid more easily than they'll deal with Chelsea. Just my humble opinion, but I do. Chelsea are better organised and more quick and fit. Real Madrid, good side, but I don't want to say it too early, but I did get a lot of shit from La Liga people like Darren from Norwich in his full Messi kit and Steve from Stoke in his full Hazard Real Madrid kit saying, "Oh, La Liga's not that far behind the Prem." Well, you're about to find out tonight, maybe. But then again, Villarreal could knock out Arsenal tomorrow night. Let's be honest. Where are Villarreal in the league? They had a bit of a chance there, though. Well, I think what's going to happen is I think Real Madrid are going to have to go for it, and then the chance on the break for Chelsea is going to be there, although they've had two already. If Chelsea get the second, it's game over. I don't care what anybody says. Where are Villarreal in the La Liga? Tell you what, though, La Liga is really interesting, isn't it? if I told you this, did you know in La Liga they've only got 4 games left to go? Atletico Madrid are top with 76. Real Madrid have got 74 and Barcelona have got 74, and Sevilla have fucked it up because they were in the race and now they're not. They've got 70, but it's Barcelona against Atletico on Saturday afternoon. And they're on the break again with Werner. He feeds it into Kante. I said it. Oh, he's done it again. Courtois with the save again. Chelsea have had 3 chances in a sort of one-on-one situation. Courtois has saved 2 and one's gone over the bar. Chelsea should have put this game to bed. Oh, I think that deserves a tweet. It should be over. They've not been clinical. Kante's missed 1. Havertz has missed 1. Mount's missed 1. I'll tell you what. Yeah, Real Madrid have got Sevilla on Sunday night as well. So La Liga's quite interesting what's going on there. But not as interesting as, well, probably as interesting, but Ligue 1, which is French, Ligue 1 is Lille at the top. They've got 3 games left to go. Lille are top by 1 point over PSG. And Lille have got 3 games left, and they're all against teams that are way below them. So Lille could win the Ligue 1. It's quite interesting, actually. Lille have got Lens, and they've got Saint Etienne. I think it's Angers, their last game, not sure. Yeah, Lille have got Angers, Saint Etienne, and Lens. And Angers, Saint Etienne are mid-table clubs. And Lens are 5th. That could be a tough game for them. But then again, they're a long way behind in 5th. So, be interesting. Definitely going to be interesting. Werner's come off, which is quite a surprise, actually, because I think Werner's had a good game. But he's took him off. And Pulisic is on, I think. Mark, has anyone from Must reached out to you for an interview? Seen that they did an interview with the other channel. 1 million fans they are ignoring. Yeah, I did ask them last week, Aaron. It is a bit disappointing, but you know, to be fair, there is a bit of a relationship there than there was before. But yeah, I did ask them for an interview, and yeah, they've gone and done it with the small channel. So what can you do? What's your thoughts on Ryan Giggs not even nominated for Hall of Fame by Premier League marks? Is Tommy? Well, I think you're trapping me there because I think it's very obvious why he's not been given it, because he's got a court case hanging over him. You can't really give him a Hall of Fame when he's been charged with what he's charged with. He's innocent till proven guilty. But you can't. I think the rumour I heard that Ryan Giggs was going to be the first Hall of Famer. I think it was going to be Shearer and Giggs. But obviously because he's been charged with that offence, they've got to wait and see what happens with that. Chelsea played very well second half though. Look at them. They're in again. Goes wide to Chilwell. Comes back to Kante, who's been fantastic. What's happening in the Kenyan league, says Connor. I've got to be honest, I've never really caught up to date with that. MK says stop defending Giggs. Well, Arsenal couldn't. He has 19 goals and 3 assists in 33 games with a total of 45 goals. Fiorentina has scored. He has literally kept them in the league. I have the feeling he will be Haaland's replacement at Dortmund, says Philip. And why not ask Rio for an interview on his YouTube show? Yeah, he wouldn't do that either. Jack Birtles. I do know who Stuttgart are, Luca, yeah. Mate, I don't know why Stuttgart associates with this. In the early 90s, there was a computer game that came out on the Mega Drive. I think it was called like European Cup Soccer or something like that. And I mean, it wasn't very good gameplay, but at the time, you take it or leave it. But it was basically all about the European Cup, and it does make me remember how shit the European Cup was before the Champions League. Like, the European Cup was shit before the Champions League. I know some people would have a problem with the Champions League. Well, you didn't even finish top. But it has made the Champions League better. Because I remember the European Cup. And it was like, you had one team from Spain, one team from Italy, one team from France, one team from England. And, you know, that's not a European Cup. Like, the Champions League has been done correctly. You know, you do get more teams from the better leagues and it makes it a better tournament. I think the Champions League is not broken. I don't know why they're changing it. On a serious note, though, why are you defending gigs? I'm not defending gigs. I'm defending the law of the land, that you're innocent until you're proven guilty. That doesn't mean you can't go to court, get off with something, and get off on a technicality, or, you know, a jury just goes in your favour. I mean, look, remember that Gerrard one? That Steven Gerrard one in the nightclub where he clearly... I mean, look, I can't remember. I don't want to talk out of turn, but the Gerrard one, I never understood how he got away with it, because I'm pretty sure I saw the footage and I was like, how did he get away with that then? But look, doesn't mean that's the law of the land, isn't it? It's a bit like VAR. So you sometimes look at it and you go, how's that been given? But that's the law. So, you know, but the whole point of the judicial system in the UK is that you're innocent until you're proven guilty. How's the back, Mark? Says Greg. All right. It's not too bad at the moment, actually. I think this chair's helped a lot. You know, the manoeuvrability of the chair. I think it's helped. Not having a static chair helps you back. Ajit says, I'm a Liverpool fan and I think it's ridiculous what the Premier League is doing with United's fixtures. It is, mate, really. I don't see how you can play Sunday lunchtime, Tuesday night and Thursday night. It's ridiculous, but it is what it is. It is what it is. A few people asking about the Championship. I know I've paid no attention to the Championship this season. I've just got to say that for a start. I haven't. I've not, I haven't. But basically, Derby have lost their last 5. I always heard that Rooney was doing really well. He's lost his last 5. They're 4th from bottom. Rotherham have got 41. And Sheffield Wednesday have got 40. But the hilarious thing is that Derby are playing Sheffield Wednesday on Saturday lunchtime. And if Sheffield Wednesday win, Derby go down. That game, I might watch it. I'm not doing a watch-along of it, but I might just watch it because I think that game is going to be ridiculous. Rotherham are playing Cardiff. I mean, Rotherham are pretty much down. Oh no, if Rotherham win and Derby and Sheffield Wednesday win, then Rotherham stay up. Playoffs are already sorted. Barnsley, Bournemouth, Swansea, Brentford. Fucking hell. Norwich, Watford are coming up, and then it's going to be. I hope Brentford go up. They deserved to go up last year. Derby have won 1 in 11 games and are doomed. Yeah, but you know what? I've paid no attention to the. I've paid no attention to the Championship, but people were saying, what about Rooney as the next United manager? So I assumed they were doing quite well. Obviously not. Yeah, I'm a bit tired of the yo-yo clubs, Watford, Norwich. You know, it's a bit like, you know, they're going to be a bit shit next year as well. Brandon Stevens is here. He just said, I'm here, my people. Please subscribe, by the way, bottom right hand corner. We're only 20 subscribers away from 392,000. So please subscribe, bottom right hand corner, on that road to 400k. Thanks everyone for tuning in as ever. FIFA Career Mode's back tomorrow afternoon, by the way. I've been doing a couple of FIFA drafts on Twitch, but yeah, we're back with FIFA Career Mode tomorrow afternoon at 3:45, man and woman. Every woman, every man, join the caravan of love. Stand up, stand up, stand up, I'm your mama. Beautiful South. You could have a beautiful South with Manscaped. Links in the video description. 20% off with Footy. The code. Fantastic product. Precision engineering for your family jewels. Unscripted genius. That's what you get with me. You know, you can go with somebody like James Corden who reads a script, but I don't. I can just go from one topic to another seamlessly. If Chelsea advance, it's guaranteed that an American, either Steven or Pulisic, will be the first American to win a Champions League, and Americans are proud, says Noah. Yeah, but Steven doesn't even play for Man City. I don't even know who Steven is. Oh, what a cross by Pulisic. And I can't believe Chelsea haven't put this game to bed. It's a delightful cross by Pulisic, and Havertz isn't there to tap it in. They should have put this game to bed. They should have put it to bed. What a ball. You've got to win that, Thiago. He wins it easy. Unbelievable, Mark. Unbelievable. He's got to score that chance. It would have been absolutely incredible. I told you, though, I can read this game like a book. Madrid have got to go for it, and Chelsea will get more space. Azpilicueta. Pulisic. That's a penalty, ref. No, he's not giving it. I'd have been screaming for that. It's not 1-1. Pulisic is a fantastic player. Would you be excited to see Kane at United? It's not going to happen. If Cavani stays, United won't buy a striker. I can tell you that for free. Yeah, it's going to be busy on the United stand, isn't it? Fucking hell. Sorry. So we've got a watch-along on Thursday, a watch-along on Sunday, a watch-along on Tuesday, and a watch-along on Thursday. 4 games in 7 nights. It's crazy. It's crazy. It's crazy, Mr. Faulty. It's crazy. Faulty Towers, brilliant. "13 minutes to go. Madrid have been nowhere near scoring, which makes me think they probably will. But they've shut it. I mean, Tuchel has shut them down. Chelsea have shut them down. I mean, Benzema against Mendy was interesting, but they've not looked like doing anything really. Every woman, every man. Here we go. Benzema. Good tackle. Good tackle. Jorginho. Smithy says United won't get in the top 4 next season. It's a bit like deja vu. Because I was told this last summer, and yet here we are comfortably in second. So, of the 4 matches, what's the betting? Donny gets more than 15 minutes in total, says Aram. Would you rather be given 50 million a year every year and you only live until you're 65, or B, continue to live your life as you're doing now and live until you're 100? Danny, there's not much difference really, so I'd like to live till I'm 100. I wish. No, I'd live till I'm 100 now. 100%. I'm not money. I'm not. Look, if you're money motivated, well done. But I'm not. I could have made a hell of a lot more money than I have doing a lot of things I don't want to do. So I'm not money motivated. I mean, you've got to be money motivated to a certain point because you want, you know, you want to make your life easier. But I'm not obsessed with being, you know, 50 million, but you die at 65, or live your life now and take your chances till you're 100. I want to live life. I want to live life. Some of my happiest memories are when I had no money. It's there's a great line. Havertz. That's not the line. Kante. Pulisic shoots one. There's a great line from one of my favourite series, which is Only Fools and Horses. Has your opinion changed about James Cooper after all this, says Richard Smith? You'd have to ask me more. I don't know what you mean. I've always liked James Cooper, so I don't know whether I'm meant to not like him now. But there's a great line from Only Fools and Horses, which is a series that I absolutely love. And at the end of Only Fools and Horses, every season of Only Fools and Horses is basically about this guy and his brother who are trying to get rich. This time next year we'll be millionaires. And at the end of the series, they end up being millionaires. And then in the same episode, he goes back to the little council flat that they grew up in. And Rodney, his brother's there. And he's like, what are you doing here? And he said, you know what? I've always wanted to be a millionaire. And now that I am, I've realised that the best, most enjoyable part was the journey getting here. Now I'm here, it's like, what do I do? And it's so true. It's so true. When you're trying to pass your driving test, or, you know, you score a goal in the final, it's like the road to getting there is the enjoyable bit. You know, I remember me and my wife when we were we were just first together, and we bought this house. It wasn't a massive house. It was like I think it was 2 or 3 bedroom house, like most people would buy with the first house. And we stretched ourselves to get it, because at the time my wife was like training and to do a good job, but the wage wasn't good. And literally, like, I remember ringing up my family and saying, look, don't buy us any Christmas presents this year because we can't afford to buy you any. And they thought we were being tight, but it was true. We would, at night time, we had an onion and like a tin of kidney beans and a tin of butter beans and a tin of tomatoes, and you just mix it all up together and have bean casserole, and you could make that for about under £1, and you feed 2 people. So, you know, I think the journey to doing something is always it. The X Factor generation pisses me off because they think they should have it there now. They should have it now because they think they should get it. I think working for something is something I always say to my kids. You know, the journey there, the work you put in. I mean, I was 2-footed as a footballer by the time I was 8. It stuns me that you get so many professional footballers that are not 2-footed. And of course, they're better players than I ever was. But if I can be 2-footed at 8, why aren't all footballers 2-footed at 8? And that's because I spent like 6 months kicking a ball up at the side of the wall and controlling it with my foot. And this is because I used to dribble around with with my trainer on my left foot. I used to practice in the back garden with a trainer on my left foot and barefoot on my right foot. So that forced me to use the foot that's got the trainer on it. And I used to do that. Now, I never made it as a footballer, but that's what I mean. It's putting the work in. Put the work in. Put the work in and the journey is better. Courtois got 6 hat-tricks today. God, he's been amazing. I think Kante for Chelsea and Courtois for Real Madrid. Man of the match. But Real Madrid, 10 minutes, 1 goal. It's a shutout job from Chelsea so far, but thanks for subscribing, Teller. So Chelsea Man City's the next watch-along on Saturday night at 5:30. That's the next watch-along. And then I'll keep you updated with what's going on there. We normally do a couple of watch-alongs a week. Obviously, we've had a couple over the last 2 nights. I think Chelsea in the final is a better final. I think Man City will be the favourites, but I think they would have dispatched Real Madrid. Oh, here's Kante again. This should be it. Into Pulisic. Bang! No, what's he done? Why didn't you hit it? It doesn't matter! It doesn't matter. It's game over. It's Mason Mount. I thought Pulisic had messed it up, but that's it. It's over. It's Mason Mount. It's 2-0 to Chelsea. They're going to the Champions League final. They've done the job, and Zidane knows it. But to be fair, if it wasn't for Courtois, this game would have been over a long, long time ago. Chelsea should have put this game to bed 10, 20, half an hour ago. They've had the chances, but they finally put one away. They've been the better team. Premier League, better than La Liga, fact. I've got to tweet it. I've got to tweet it. I'm going to tweet it. Lovely play by Pulisic. Lovely finish by Mason Mount. What a season Mason Mount's had. What a tackle by Kante. Kante has been unbelievable tonight. I'm not a Chelsea fan. I'd give him a 10. I think he's been brilliant. He's had a big part in both goals. Magnificent performance from Kante. He's been so good. All English final. Well, look, you know what? If you're a Premier League club supporter, whether you're Liverpool, Chelsea, Man City, Man United, Arsenal, whoever, this is the elite tournament in Europe. The Europa League, look, Villarreal might knock Arsenal out tomorrow. I don't think they will. Could be Villarreal United. But that's the Poundland. This is the elite tournament in world football, and it's going to have 2 English clubs in it. Therefore, yet again, for the second time in 3 years... it's been an all England or all Premier League final. Sit down if you don't think the Premier League is the best league in the world by a very, very long way. Spurs, Liverpool 2 years ago. Chelsea, Man City 2 years later. The Premier League is on a different level. It really is. And I think it'll be a good final. Chelsea, Man City. We will do a watch along on this channel. How did Liverpool lose to this team, says Marcus? I don't know what. Because Liverpool are... Reece James. I thought Aspilicueta had been sent off there. He's coming off. Whatever you think about the Premier League, it's light years ahead of everything else. I think Liverpool, if they'd been normal, would have beaten Real Madrid. I don't know what's gone wrong with Liverpool this year. It's not my problem. I do think Arsenal will win tomorrow, yeah. I think it'll be Arsenal United. Nathan says, I just want to see the English clubs do well. Do you feel the same, Mark? No. God, no. No. I would rather it was a Real Madrid PSG final, if I'm honest. Yeah, 100%. But that's just rivalry. Blue Minter says technically the Prem is shocking. You can't say that, mate. You can't say that. Man City have beat a German team, a French team. Chelsea have beat 2 Spanish teams, a Portuguese side. They beat the lot. Best team in the best league in the world, comfortably. Comfortably. Hazard who? Who's Hazard anymore? You know, who? What you got? Perez in the mud. Perez in the mud. That's what I want to trend. Perez in the mud. Sit down, Perez. ESL in the mud. Man City and Chelsea were the 2 teams that wanted to come out the Super League as well. Could they move the final to England for the fans, says Kirkham? I don't know. I've enjoyed this watch-along. Not really for the match. The watch-along's been brilliant. They're always good. Get these glazers out, says Caramore. Hashtag Perez in the mud. Yeah, I've just tweeted it. Hashtag Perez in the mud. Get it going. What do you think of United's season if Chelsea climb above us and win the Champions League, says Pete Johnson? I think United fans have got more to worry about than, when United need to win the Europa League, don't they? That's what we need to do. We're going to get top 4. We need to go in the Europa League. I'd be disappointed if we don't get second, but at the end of the day, I'm not going to celebrate second. Hopefully this shows to players like Pogba that EPL is the place to be at the moment. We are second in a tough league, says Aram. Good point. Mason Mount, Phil Foden, unbelievable, yeah. I mean, they're hard to split. They really are. I do remember when Herrera pocketed Hazard. That was when he was good, the GOAT. Game of chess in the final. I think the final, Man City will be favourites, but I think Chelsea will give them a good game. Gary Turner says, all it needs now is the Chelsea players at the end giving the Hazard and Courtois the L to the head sign. Well, it's funny, isn't it? Hazard wanted to go to Real Madrid. Courtois goes to Real Madrid. You assume you're going on to better things, and actually you're not. Early predictions, Man City are the favourites, but I wouldn't count Chelsea out. I think I said on this channel, about Chelsea when they beat Atletico Madrid. Don't sleep on Chelsea. And they've gone to the final. That was before they drew Porto as well. I mean, Chelsea have beaten Real Madrid and Atletico Madrid. So, you can't they've not had an easy road to the final at all. I mean, Man City, PSG are a good side. Dortmund, I'd say Chelsea have probably had the harder road to the final, really. But they play each other on Saturday. Which I think is a bit of a shame, really. I'd rather they weren't playing on Saturday and they just went for each other. Oh, lovely play there. He's kept it in. That's a nice ball to Reece James. He'll win that. It's got to be a foul on the edge. He's not giving it. Well done, Tuchel, a real manager, unlike Poch. Chelsea should thank PSG, says Yazza. Chilwell revelation under Tuchel. You know what? Chilwell actually is doing really well. I've always called Chilwell an apron. Good going forward, but wide open at the back. But we've got 2 really good left backs for England. The sad thing is, I think Southgate will go for Chilwell over Shaw, and I know Chelsea fans will go, well, of course he will. But Luke Shaw has been fantastic this season. He's going to bring on Zuma and Giroud here, but they're not even going to get a minute. I used to hate that as a sub. Reece James shoots wide. Remember Fred over Kante, says Thomas T. Don't remember that. Take your word on it. Mark, also this. Di Matteo won the FA Cup and the Champions League when he took job halfway in the season. Tuchel could do the same also. Do you think Mount, Grealish and Foden will be the new Scholes, Gerrard and Lampard, says Elliot Lewis? No, come on. I doubt it. I mean, Scholes, Gerrard and Lampard are 3 of the best players the Premier League's ever had. If Grealish, Mount and Grealish, Mount and Foden can replicate that, I'd like to think it, but you are talking about 3 absolute legends of the Premier League. Gilberto Carlos says Santiago. I just want to say I've thoroughly enjoyed the watch along tonight. It's been fantastic. We've had a consistent 14,500 watching. I hope you've enjoyed it as much as I have. Good football chat, but also wandering off into other areas, which is, the watch along for me has always been about replicating what you get down the pub, having a bit of a chat. You're watching a match, you might wander off into what your favourite takeaway is, etc., etc. So big shout out to everyone who's been watching. I hope you've enjoyed it, and we'll be back obviously tomorrow with the FIFA career mode, but the next watch along will be Chelsea again against Man City. A dress rehearsal. And that's a penalty, surely. He's not going to give it. The final whistle goes. It doesn't matter. Sorry if you've spoken about this already, but did you see Richard Key's comments on the protests, says Sam? I haven't seen them, Sam, and I'm glad I haven't seen them because Richard Key's comments would be right down there with wipe on my arse. I don't really care what he's got to say because I don't respect his opinion. I haven't respected his opinion for many years. So what he's got to say on that, I don't care. So I'm glad I haven't heard it because I just don't care. So, yeah, end of the day. End of the game. Big win for Chelsea. Well done. I predicted they would win, and they have. I think I said 2-1 Chelsea. So Madrid, I mean, look, that's a poor show from Madrid to not even score. You know, that just shows you what a good job that is from Chelsea, that Madrid needed to score and they didn't even score. So well done to Chelsea. I'm looking forward to Chelsea versus Man City as the final. Thanks everyone for watching. Please subscribe, bottom right hand corner. Massive shout out to Manscaped. Don't forget, don't do me hair. 20%, they'll take it off. 20% off using the code FOOTY. Trim the grass to make the yard look bigger. Precision engineering for your family jewels. And also they've got the nasal trimmer as well. Well worth a try. 20% off with the code FOOTY. Big shout out to Manscaped. Links in the video description for that. Have a fantastic evening. I'm off to watch a bit of Schitt's Creek. And I'll speak to you tomorrow. Thanks for watching.